If you're watching the replay, swipe and share. I hope it doesn't get too crazy in here. Hey! I did something different today and I turned on the location so we could get some trolls, and if we do, we'll have to ignore them because I can't block them until later. So just ignore. Creepers. Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys were part of the train this morning with Jason. How fun was that? Hey Jace. That was exciting, entertaining. A lot of different descriptives. Hey Michelle. Hi everybody. All right, so don't forget to swipe and share, please. And I like what Eric said in his scope, that you want to make sure that you're choosing people who you think have interest. You don't want to overdo the sharing with your followers, because if you think it's worth it, then share it. If you don't think it's worth it and people are just asking for followers, then don't do it. Yay, welcome. So if you are all here looking for some voluptuous, well, you might get voluptuous, but you're not gonna get some skinny broad on a treadmill in a bathing suit. That ain't happening here. And what we talk about on Chatmill is training our brains and changing our mindset on how we do things. So if you're new to the scope, welcome. I am getting there, yes. I just gotta keep going. I'm getting there and getting there every step, absolutely. Thank you for the hearts, love those. That's what I keep my momentum with for my stepping, is when I see the hearts. It just keeps me going and going. So today, if you have not been watching Chatmill, then you've missed some things, and that's okay. You can go to catch.me/EdieAnne if someone wants to throw that up in the comments for me. Because there's a little bit of mindset shifting that needs to happen in order for us to get to a certain place. And even if you're coming in right now, like what we're talking about today is something you can implement right away. So that's pretty cool, right? Thank you, Jace. Okay, so one of the things that I learned at the very beginning was that it can be really difficult to tell a story about yourself that isn't true at the moment, right? So if you say, like in my world, I might say something like, I'm a superstar director. And when I say that, I know, truth be told, I am not yet a superstar director, right? So there's that little subconscious mind that says, but Edie, you're lying. Why would you lie? And so the image that I play in my head, thank you for posting. Yes, thank you. The image that I play in my head about being a superstar director is just that. What will it feel like when I am? What will it bring to me? What will I be able to do? What are the things that I'm going to be able to see? What are the things that I'm going to be able to say, right? So that image itself, which we call daydreaming, can be true, right? It can be true when it's make-believe. Anything is possible when it's make-believe. Well, believe it or not, anything is possible when it's real, too. So, as I've stated in some of our other things, our subconscious, our unconscious mind believes everything that we tell it. So even if we're perceiving it as make-up, as a lie, I like to use imagination more than a lie because it sounds better. It's that perfect language, right? We use a positive spin or positive tone. You can turn around and easily say, yeah, but it's possible. I'm a superstar director. Yeah, okay, Edie. But it's possible, right? Oh, Lord. I've been getting phone calls all day long. That one ain't happening. It's been non-stop, and you wonder why I don't get on the treadmill. Thank God for you guys, because that gets me here. So one of the things that I want to teach today, so that you guys have this tool to use, is called a transition statement. And a transition statement brings the unhappy negative talk to a positive talk. You're working for lead. Okay, you're always going to be working for lead if you say you're working for lead. Just FYI, that's called perfect language, right? So the book that we're learning from is Train Your Brain, Dana Wilde. And I'm pretty real, guys. I tell you how it is. I don't sugarcoat stuff, okay? And let me explain that. I don't want to just throw that out there. If you say you're working towards being lead, you will always be working towards being lead. Does that make sense? Sometimes is never. When you say at some point, sometime, hey, it will be never, because sometime is never. It's always going to be sometime. Working toward means that you're always going to be working toward. So something better to say, thanks for making these, Edie. I just moved and have struggled for this. I need to change my thought. Thank you. You're welcome. So it's important for you to say, you know what? I am a lead. I am a lead. I do my work every day as a lead consultant. And so by placing that into your mind, even if it's imagination, you can say, I am a lead. I run my business like a lead consultant. So therefore, I am one. And you'll hear this often. A lot of people out there will always say, I'm a director. If you want to be a director, then act and play your business like a director. Run your business like you were a director already. And again, that goes with everything, guys. So this is a little bit work related, but it can be personal related too, because if you say, and I'm gonna use some examples, okay? Reading and walking are not my forte. Hey, Tara, thanks for sharing. Okay, so it says keep the image, but change the message, okay? So that's a perfect example. Be careful, I know. I'm moving towards, I'm working towards, I'm trying to become a lead, okay? So that's an image that you want. You want to be lead. So keep the image, but change the message. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today, is keeping the image. Yeah, keep the image, but change the message, okay? And that goes along with what we talked about Friday with perfect language. Our perfect language comes from a place of positivity, not negativity. So if we want to be debt-free, the last thing we want to use is the word debt, because that's where our focus is drawn, on debt. Whether the first or the last word make any difference, you know, and not hopefully. See, you're gonna have to watch your language. You know, people say don't swear. Watch your language. Watch your thoughts. If you say hopefully making lead, you will always be hopeful. You're never gonna make it. You're never going to solidly make it. You may eventually, right? Because you're trying to work that type of business when you don't hope. Do it. You can do it, right? Speak with intention. Thank you, Jason. That's excellent. Speak with intention. We do that with prayer. Tell him what you want. Don't make him guess. You do that with your husband. Tell him what you want. Don't make him guess. Speak with intention. I love that, Jason. Thank you. Yes. No. You will make lead means you will someday. And that is never. See, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. I am lead. Speak in present. Speak with intention of what you want now. I am. Right? Right. Oh, okay. So here's the deal. There is the ability to have a transition statement. So you have the ability to start with that negative connotation, but your image of what you're wanting, just it's not in perfect language, and changing it to a different message, okay? You are a superstar consultant. Yes, you are, right? It's just a title, so you can act like a superstar consultant. That's no lie. It's no lie. Okay, so let's say all the really good marketers, no, I don't like that one. I'm too shy to be successful in business. I'm too shy to speak in public. I'm too shy to do periscopes. Okay, so that's a thought that could be going through your mind. Well, how do you change that image? Because ultimately, what do you want? You want to be not shy so that you can do Periscope. You want to be not shy so that you can run a good business. Speak things that are not as though they are. Speak things as though by doing. Yes, I mean, I think you guys are getting the gist. I'm not reading fast enough, maybe, I don't know. Speak as though it's current. Like Jason said, speak with intention. Speak as though it's current. And if you feel like you're lying to yourself, say a transition or tell yourself, but it's possible. I'm a superstar consultant. No, you're not. But it's possible, so shush. Right? Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like that. Okay, so a transition statement for I'm shy. Speak it into existence. Absolutely. I'm shy, but. So the transition word is the word but. Okay? And when you use the word but and have it end with a positive note of doing and being, then a transition statement is going to work. Okay? Because eventually it's going to get you to that solid positive state of mind. All right, so I'm shy, but the presentation fits well with my style and customers love these products. I'm really shy, but I'm successful because I attract customers that like my style. That's a good one for Periscope. I'm shy, but I'm able to get on and meet new people. I'm shy, but I have the ability to break down that wall and make it happen. I'm shy, but I actually have the ability to hit start broadcast. I'm shy, but I can do this. Right? So see the transition and how we're able to spin it on the end to make you feel better, because ultimately it's how you feel, right? If you're talking negative talk to yourself, you're not going to feel very good. And it's not going to motivate you to feel better, because when we're down, we're down. And a lot of times we want to pull people down with us. You can't do that. Right? You got to lift yourself up. Can't count on everybody to lift you up. Hopefully, once you start lifting yourself up, you're going to start surrounding yourself with beautiful people like we have here, right? But you got to lift yourself up. It's got to start from the unconscious mind. Okay, right? Because the unconscious mind believes everything we tell it, right? I'm shy, but it's okay because most of the time customers are approaching me. I'm shy, but my personality attracts high-paying customers. I'm shy, but I attract customers that like my style. So see, keep the image of being shy, but change the message. Right? Does that make sense? Positive mindset. Yeah, that's what this is all about. It's all about. So another variation is the transitory statement. So, and it incorporates words even though rather than but. So a transitory statement could sound like I'm shy, but I have people coming to me anyway. Or, even though I'm really shy, I'm successful because I attract customers that like my style. Even though I'm really shy, growing my business is easy. My products sell themselves. Even though I'm shy, it's okay because most of the time customers are approaching me anyway. Even though I'm shy, my personality attracts high-paying customers. Even though I'm shy, I can still hit that red button on Start Broadcast. So do you see how that works? And a lot of that is to bring us from that image that we want into where it can actually grow. Okay, where it can actually give you some positive results. Right? You hear that term all the time. Positive thinking brings positive results. Well, it does. But sometimes it can be really hard to do positive thinking. Right? Sometimes it can be a mind game, right? Because you've got this forward movement mind, your conscious mind, that's saying, I want to do this, but I know I can't. And your unconscious mind saying, you're right. You can't. You said you can't, so you can't. So ultimately, it really, really, really rolls down to the story that we tell ourselves about ourselves is the story that we play out and live and believe, right? So why not make it a story? Write your own book. Write a book that talks about how amazing you are and how awesome you are at your job and what an incredible mom you are or what an incredible dad you are. Right? Write that story. That's the story you want to read. That's the story that you want your 7-year-old self to read. You don't want your 7-year-old self to say, to tell them that they're not going to do good and that they're going to be shy and really fail. That's not what you're going to tell your 7-year-old not son, or your son. You're not going to tell them those things. So why would you treat yourself so blatantly horrible in some cases? You know, by telling yourself, 7-year-old self, you're shy. You're not going to accomplish anything because you're not going to talk to anybody. Why not tell the story and say, you know what, you're shy, but you're going to come out of your shell. And we actually shine. We actually help people. We actually can sell products. We can get up and get out there. Right? Isn't that the story that you want to tell yourself? There's not a lot of comments going on in here, so either I'm preaching it and no hearts are going up, nothing. Did I lose all of you guys? Is this a horrible topic? I don't think so. I, for a fact, know that this is an amazing topic. I know. All right, so let's see. What you want to do then is take that transition statement and link it. No, this is what I needed. Good. Link it to action, right? Because ultimately, and this is what I was saying, the story that we tell ourselves about ourselves is the story that we play out. Great topic. Prepping for a new team member training. I needed this topic today. Driving and listening. You're right on. Good. Good. Thank you. You have to put... No giving up. We don't give up. You are trying, and you're not... There's no such thing as try. You either do or you don't, right? Because trying means that you could be trying not to or trying to, and you're not quite there. So you either are or you're not. And at my first glance, you are. You're here. You're making a change. You're trying to implement these things so that you can implement them. Slow down, but you can never give up. Right. Slowing down. Okay, so here's, and I think I'm gonna put the book down. I gotta mark my page. Hold on a minute. Hold, please. Hold, thank you. Look, and Dana even signed it herself because I was on her show. Isn't that cool? Yay, I was on her show. Yay for being on her show. Okay. Oh no. Bye, phone. Okay. So this is where you're at. The one that said that she wanted to quit today. We have something, new team member, you helped me today on Facebook. Awesome. Let me get your name. Hold on. View. Angel. Okay. Angel. So, yes, okay. I'm going to use the pothole analogy, and this is going to be a book of mine someday, but I want you to listen to this, okay? There are always going to be potholes in the road. The potholes could stay there for a long time. They could get fixed by somebody else. But ultimately, unless you get out and fill that pothole yourself, it's going to stay the way that it is or the way that somebody else wants it to be. Okay, so let's get that analogy first. So what happens is you're driving along, you're in your business, you're doing what you need to do, you're coasting through life, and all of a sudden you see this big pothole that you have to stop at because it's like half the size of the road. Okay? So you stop at the pothole. Nice. Okay. So you stop at the pothole, right? And some of you have heard this analogy before, but I think it's a brilliant analogy because it shows such a visual for us to play our lives in. So you're sitting at the pothole and your car is idling. Your car is idling and it's wasting gas. precious money that you put into your tank. So you have to make some decisions, because ultimately you're going to run out of gas at some point. You cannot sit there idle forever. And a lot of us try to do that, right? We try to just sit there and coast and idle until somebody comes and picks us up and saves us. Okay? Somebody gets in that driver's seat and says, okay, let's make a decision, let's do something, right? So we sit idle until somebody comes and makes the decision for us. Is that a realistic thing to do in our lives? To allow others the power to come and make the decision for us? Sometimes it's nice that somebody comes and sits in the passenger seat and starts talking to you like I'm doing right now, saying, hey, maybe we should do this. This might be something we could do. But ultimately that decision needs to come from you, because you're driving that car. All right? So we're going to either haul foot and go backwards, turn our car around, and head back where we came from. Now that is a safe alternative, or a Groundhog Day alternative, where we're just going to repeat, because ultimately we're never going to get forward, because that pothole will always be there. Right? So if you turn around and go back, it might bide you a few days, right? And you can probably hope that somebody comes and fills that pothole for you. Okay, are we with me so far? Give me a 1 if you're with me so far, or a bunch of hearts. Either one would be great, just so that I know you're still with me. Okay. Good. So you're sitting at that pothole and you are idling, listening to the radio, wasting gas, wasting time, idling. And a lot of us are there for a long time. We're there for a long time. That happens all the time in our lives, where we sit idle because we don't know what we're supposed to do. Hey, we don't know what we're supposed to do or say, or where we're supposed to go. So we wait on other people to do that for us, to make that decision, rather than seeking people out that can come and sit in the passenger seat with you and learn and help, right? And assess the situation. That's what emergency people do. They assess the situation before they make a decision, okay? So it's okay to idle for a moment, but not, we're having a discussion here, Chris. You can join us if you'd like. So we can sit idle for a second so that we can figure out what we're needing to do. So we're at the pothole. We have some choices. Do we turn around and go back and start all over again? That's okay. No need to apologize. Just letting you know. You can turn around and go back. You can find potentially a path to go around it, right? You can drive right through that bad boy and hope you come out unscathed on the other end and that your car is all in one piece, right? Or you can just sit there. So why don't you guys in the chat down below tell me, which choice would you choose? Would you sit idle for longer trying to figure it out? Would you turn around and go back? Would you drive through it? Would you go around it? Find a way around it, hopefully. Keep going. Okay, but in which direction? Drive through it. There we go, Michelle. That's one answer. She's going to drive through it. Drive through it, okay. There's some daring people here. Around it, okay. What else? Who else? Angel, what about you? Are you going to drive through it, go around it, sit idle, or go back? Around it, okay? Okay? Good. And you know what? Your answer is, I have big goals and no pothole is going to hold me back. Drive right through that, baby. Right. Okay, so here's the deal. When you take the moment to idle, and I do suggest that you take a moment to idle and figure out the best direction for you. To go around it, go through it, or turn around. Okay? My suggestion is to not turn around. When you turn around, you take the risk of getting to that pothole again. Okay? And therefore the lesson is not learned, and you're not any further than you were when you started. Technically, you could be further back. And that puts us in a depressed state, and that makes us want to quit. So at some point, Angel, you're sitting at that pothole right now with full intentions of turning around. That's what your intentions are, because when we turn around, we give up some power. We give up some rights, right? So you have two choices then. If going back is not the right choice, you have two choices, and both of them can be okay. Both of them can be okay. One has a much higher risk, right? And that's jumping in with both feet and saying, bam, we're going through that pothole. And if I come out the other end and I have some broken stuff on my car, I'm just going to fix it. I'm just going to fix it because I will have moved forward enough and gained enough momentum to fix my car, right? The safest and sometimes the most thought-provoking, which can be a true healing for some people, is to find a way around that pothole. Do you have enough space to go into the ditch a little bit, drive down, and come back up? Slow, right? Slow and methodical. Do you have enough room that maybe one tire can just go on the edge of that pothole and bring you down a little bit, but know that you're not going to break anything going through the edge of the pothole? Do you know for a fact that if you were to turn around 100 feet, that there's another route you could take to get to the same result back there or up ahead, right? So that whole process of deciding what you're doing, if you're going to go through it or if you're going to go around it, is going to be a big player on what happens at the other end of that. Okay? So understand that the pothole is not the end-all be-all. The pothole is an instigator for you to decide and make a decision. What's next? You know, what's next? What is, because a goal, right, your what is at the pothole. We have a lot of what's to get to our why. And the why is straight ahead. The why is up there somewhere. And we're going to have a lot of turns, and we're going to have a lot of obstacles and a lot of what's to get to that why. That makes sense? I hope so. Because we have now done 27 minutes at 2.1 miles an hour. Not very fast. I am sweating a little bit. But we train our brains and our bodies. And my encouragement is that when I do get on chat mill with you guys, that you are also on the treadmill or out walking and listening or doing your own form of exercise in order to get fit in your mind and in your body. That's my goal at chat mill. And so part of our training our brain is going through this book. And when we get done this book, we may have to do another book. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll have to see. So the things that we learned today are keep the image but change the message. I do this daily, anywhere after 2:30 and before 4. So make sure you follow me so that you get notification. So today we're keeping the image, but we're changing the message. And the way that we can change the message is by using transitory statements, right? Okay, good. And then linking that change to action. And using the pothole analogy as our form of decision making, of gaining our power back, right? Because that's what this is about. And just remember, and I'm going to end every chat mill with this, the story we tell about ourselves to ourselves, the story we tell about ourselves to ourselves is the story we believe and the story we live out. So make sure it's a good story. All right, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow around the same time. I do have an appointment at 2:30 on the phone, so it's possible that my chat mail is going to be closer to the 4 o'clock time frame. So don't think you missed it. Keep watching and keep looking for the notification. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for coming and joining me. Matter of fact, I may be doing tea with EdieAnne later because I got my Apple Watch. I'm so excited. Do, 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 do. Yay! Love you guys. See you later.